Welcome, Collective. This is going to be the full reading for the short entitled This Strong Person is Secretly Hurting. So if you come from that short, then this is going to be an expansion on that energy. If you are new and you've reached this reading, there is something in here that will resonate for you. And we're going to move through the entire energy. So I do daily shorts where I will pull the energy that's coming towards you for that day, and then also advice and opportunity. And one of these shorts I've been guided to do a full reading on, and I feel like I'll be doing a lot more of this in the future as well. So you can just keep a lookout if you do watch the shorts, that'll be linked in the short itself. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking into your own energy. We're going to be looking into the Queen of Wands energy coming in towards you. We're going to delve into the advice and opportunity, and then we're going to look at your outcome. All right, so with that being said, I've pulled some oracle cards. I've pulled the cards out that I did that came out in the short as well, and yeah, we're going to clarify as we go through. So yeah, welcome to the Cosmic Mirror. This is me, Siobhan. That's my channel. All right, and yeah, I was actually not going to do a reading on this, but I was really strongly guided to do it, and this is also part of the energy as well, because I will say I'm a little bit tired today, and I've got a lot that's going on, but I was very strongly guided to do this. And this is also, I feel, something that's happening with the collective as well, is that maybe you were going on one trajectory and you were moving on one path, and or possibly this person. So this is either going to be an aspect of yourself, or it's going to be you. You must take what resonates and see how it fits for you. But there's been something, or there will be some sort of clarity that is going to be allowing you to see things really clearly, and to move forward in the direction that you are choosing. And I feel like you're also choosing yourself in some way. Okay, so for your energy, I first pulled the oracle cards, but let me first show you the oracle cards. So I got the ring, right? And then we got the riddle. Now I want you to notice, I was immediately seeing this snake that is busy tangled up in this ring, okay? And you've got the sword. So this is your current energy. Now, these three cards together, the ring talks about what we are entangled with. Okay, I'm going to read the ring to you as well. I'm guided to read that to you. And, this talks about what we're entangled with. It talks about, the riddle also talks about who we are, wanting to know who we are, and also, maybe not just wanting to know who we are, but the riddle tells you that everything is also cosmically linked. Now, I want to have you think of this as we work into this energy, that whatever shows up externally in our lives is very often mirrored internally. Not very often, like it's mirrored internally. So even with guides that come to you, or or this is how I've been shown this, and this is how I work with the energies as well, that it resonates with you on some frequency, right? So that is within is without, and it's very helpful to be able to okay, sorry. Thank you. So thanks, Brett. So the things that come to you on the external are catalysts as well, okay? And we can use them as a catalyst. There's a very beautiful spiritual technology that I was shown and that I've been working with, which we're going to delve into, because this energy is for me as well. It came out in your cards too, so I was like, okay, this is really beautiful, because it's something that I've also just finished working with, so I can explain it to you in a very concise and beautiful way, with the way that Spirit showed it to me, okay? And it does have to do with what we weave into our lives. It's got to do with karmic threads, that type of thing, and our connections, and who we interact with, and aspects of ourselves, okay? So this is what I feel you are doing at the moment, right, with these three cards, because the sword talks about cutting away, putting boundaries up as well, but also cutting away, slowly but surely, sometimes very cleanly, cutting away parts of ourselves, or not like in a bad way, or just things in our life, energies, removing things that don't resonate with us, that we are not choosing to take with us, or that we don't feel belong in our tapestry. Okay, let's put it that way, because that analogy also comes through later. So with those cards, you are also getting integration, shapeshift, excitement, and dream state. So I feel like this is definitely, as I was saying, there's a shaping of your energy that's happening, and your various aspects. I feel on a whole level, okay, like a whole self level. It's very exciting, and obviously you can see this excitement card comes out. And I feel like with the dream state card as well, some of you might be using your dreams to do this. I highly encourage that. I do use my dream work every single day, and it's invaluable. It really is invaluable. So also, if you want to, you can also drop some comments and ask about that if you feel like it. I was just getting that from someone right now. If you have a question about it, you can definitely drop in the comments, and I'll do my best to assist you, or to, I don't know what it is you want to ask, but I got that from someone. Okay, so I'm going to also pull some of these cards for your energy, just to clarify for the collective, please, Spirit. Yeah, on the snake that's showing up, it's that shedding of the skin. I feel like that's what you're cutting out of that ring, right? You're cutting out the snake, which represents, oh, it's so beautiful. I love it when Spirit does. Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, so you've got for your energy the Two of Cups. All right, which is also, I will say this though, there is very possibly, this is also about union, could be romantic or not romantic with someone else, okay? And this is why I was saying that this is, keep in mind that things can be catalysts for us. So the Queen of Wands, that energy is, I feel it can be either someone external or internal, but very likely both. Okay, so try and keep that in mind when you watch this. Or if it's difficult to do that, then watch this thinking of that as an external person, and then watch again, but as your internal self. Okay, so the Two of Cups is about union. All right, this is also aspects of self. Taurus might be familiar here. And then you've also got the Empress and the Five of Swords. So this is your energy. I feel like this is you manifesting the aspects that you want to keep in union, all right? But it's also aspects of self, and also your partnerships, your relationships, the energies that you have in the external world as well. And the Five of Swords, so this is interesting because this also has Osiris in here, which in this deck is the Sun card. So I feel like you're busy looking at and illuminating energies in your life that are to your detriment, okay? Aspects in your life that are to your detriment, that you're in a no-win situation with, and they're busy doing you harm, okay, in some way, maybe not purposefully, especially with aspects of self. This energy talks a lot about the unseen or secretive, or things that could be deceptive. So we also deceive ourselves. And I feel like with the riddle card as well, that's what this is also talking about. I feel like you're looking at ways in which you are maybe deceiving yourself as well, or others are deceiving you. And the sword is also, the sword of truth. And that's beautiful. Okay, so this is also, if any of you watched the short, you know that the advice and opportunity, you had the Emperor card with the sword of, King Arthur with this sword of truth there. This is beautiful. Okay, cool. So I just want to see, and under the deck, you have the Death card as well. So there, once again, these are parts of yourself or energies in your life that you are releasing and you are letting decompose. Now, I will say that there can be life that comes from death, and death is not necessarily in a cut the deck to the strength card, you see. This is also a card with shape-shifting in there. Shape-shifting from a space maybe of fear, looking at what's in your subconscious. Okay, sorry, with the death energy, you know, what decomposes turns out to be the soil from which the new being or aspect or growth happens, right? Oh, okay. I just want to see, do I want to clarify that further, Spirit? No. Okay. Yes? No. I think that's good. Okay. So then, for the Queen of Wands, which as we pulled it in the deck, is like this. So the Queen of Wands here was clarified with the Three of Swords. Now, I went and looked at this story specifically because I talk about it, but I haven't, you know, every card in this deck is a story. And this is about the crane wife. Now, I'm going to tell you the story because I feel it's relevant. The crane wife in the Japanese fairy tale is basically about a man, a very humble man, which is this one here. And, you know, I want you to think of this as aspects of self as well, maybe masculine, feminine aspects, but it could also be a partnership of some sort or relationship in your life. So this man is very humble and he finds a crane. And the crane is injured, so he helps the crane, and the crane flies away. When he goes back to his home that night, a beautiful woman comes to him, and they get married. So they become husband and wife, and she weaves. Oh, that's so beautiful. Sorry, Spirit, that's great. So she weaves these cloths that they sell, and they become very prosperous. And she says to him, the only thing he must never do is come into her room at night while she's busy weaving. And he does that, and he finds that she has been using the sword, you see there, has been using the sword to harm herself, to take off the feathers, to weave these cloths. And because he's now seen this, and this is also this card, the lightning in this card always talks to me of something like a revelation or truth. And because he sees this, she has to leave. So this card talks about him not trusting her, but it's also about her not trusting him. Okay, and the deceptive ways in which we harm ourselves or others can harm us too. Now, the Queen of Wands is, I always talk about the shadow work queen, okay? And you'll see this fire, this volcano in the background, and a lot of it reminds me of a lot of maybe repressed energy, anger, you know, fears, negative energies, that type of thing. So again, the volcanic ash is extremely fertile. So the volcano can be very destructive, but it can also be very fertile, right? So with those two cards, you received, or for the Queen of Wands, we got Chiron. Now, Chiron as well is the wounded healer, okay? I just want to see, yes, I'm going to read this card to you as well. So with this, I also just want to, before I read the Chiron card to you, with this, for the Queen of Wands, it's the energy of the Queen of Wands, we've got trauma, truth, Buddha, and then I've got, I keep a card for her in my deck, Ixodor. So Ixodor is my eldest cat. She's 20 years old. And Ixodor always likes to help me read. And she also, you know, our animals are often guides for us as well. She's a guide for me. And we work together quite a bit. So she also, and this is very interesting, but, you know, I'm telling you this now for a reason, obviously, because it's coming up. But we recently had quite a lot of issues, or not issues so much as she had a period of time where she couldn't stop crying. She was like yowling, and this was just before I went through a very difficult period. If any of you have watched the last long reading that I spoke about, the block that's blocking your transformation, this is what that's about. And I didn't realize what was going on with her, and I took her to the vet, and the vet checked her up. Everything's beautiful. He says, like, everything's fine. But he said to me that, when our animals are so connected to us, they are very much picking up all our emotional energy, and he feels like that's what it was. And it was like, when this situation had handled itself, she was fine. But very interestingly, that I started taking very close note of this. But I found out that animals especially feel energy like through their spines and things like that. So like they have a more of a clairsentience. But she will have a mimicry in terms of what she's reflecting. This is why I'm telling you this. In her body or in her energy, and it also helps me to read and see what's going on. Like I will start taking note of what's happening. So yeah, I just wanted to say that. I think for some of you out there, the reason I'm saying it is because this Queen of Wands is possibly a guide that you've had for a very long time, and this guide has been with you when you were in this Chiron energy. Okay. So now I want you to, go and have a look at what your Chiron is and which house it sits in, and see if you have worked through that energy. I feel like this is what you might be leaving behind, or you might be seeing at this point in time. This could also be this external person carries the same Chiron wound as you do. Okay. I'm going to read you the Chiron card. So, yeah, okay. So Chiron. Oh, and this is why this is something else, right? I want you to note that the sword comes out in the Queen of Wands energy, but it also comes out in your opportunity and your advice, and also in your own energy, right? So I'm just going to show this to you right now, just so you can take note of it, and then I will tell you what I'm getting off of this. Okay. Right? There you go. All right. Okay, so Chiron. Wounds, teachings, and paradoxes. Chiron is a cosmic enigma, and this again I want to show you is referring to the riddle. Talks about things being cosmic and things being intertwined, and this was the ring as well. The ring also talks about that. Okay, in Greek mythology, he is said to be rejected. Oh, this is something else. I feel like I will clarify this, but I want to make note that this really stuck out to me. He's said to be the rejected son of Saturn, who, through the pain of abandonment, becomes a great teacher and healer. Such is the paradoxical nature of this minor planet. It demonstrates that our pain is a great resource. It will guide us to our deepest purpose if we're able to observe it slowly, gently, and with support. When the Chiron card appears, know that you are being called to deepen the work, to delve into tender parts of yourself that require patience and forgiveness. Victim mentality will get you nowhere. You're past blaming. It's time to let your painful experiences serve as a beacon of light to others. Chiron reminds us of where we've been and where that allows us to go. So to go deeper, read the myth of Chiron and to ponder the story of your scar. Depersonalize your pain by thinking of a person you love and admire. Contemplate their story and how they have their wounds served their deeper purpose. This is why I also think that, this is possibly someone else that is in this energy, that is working with their own Chiron, their own traumas, and trying to figure out their own truth of it as well. Chiron is a symbol of betwixt and between, half man, half horse. Oh, okay, this is coming through as well. Neither a planet nor a star, both wounded and healed. In what ways are you paradoxical? Is this part of your strength? And that's why we cut onto the strength card as well. Okay, so I just want to quickly clarify This Queen of Wands, Spirit, can you tell me a little bit more, actually, of the Three of Swords? Well, clarify the Three of Swords, please. So the reason I was saying that is I feel like there could be abandonment wounds related to this. Either the person or guide that's been with you, could be an ancestor as well. I wanted to say that too. The Three of Swords is clarified by the World card. I'm hearing here, what completes you? Oh, in the World card as well, the Ouroboros is here, right? Now, I think it's either the card of the One that talks about the Ouroboros, which is about, what's coming to me now is like the great serpent that eats its tail. So going through your past and seeing the hurts, or even with your ancestors, right? It's not just yourself. And this is what this is talking about. I feel like it's talking about traumas that are not just your own. And this is the thing, right? So once we release these energies, once we work through them, they assist those that are walking with us. You know, our guides, our ancestors, they also have an ascension that happens. And this is what I was talking about in the previous reading about the block as well. So maybe some of you are making progress with that block. I feel that some of you are coming from that group as well. Absolutely. Right, so let's see, Spirit. Let's go into the advice and opportunity. So these were the cards that I pulled in the short. Your advice and opportunity being the Emperor and the Fool. Now this is the Little Mermaid and this is King Arthur. So with the Fool card, I was also talking about how she is half person, half fish. And these are also perseverance through adversity for me. But she's coming up from the subconscious. She's brought up understandings from the subconscious and she is ready to move forward. The Little Mermaid is ready. It's not gender related. You could be, so she's ready to bring forth what she's learned and to make a leap of faith into a new beginning. And the Emperor has provided this structure. Now, I feel like because King Arthur is also representing integrity, I feel like this is using the sword in a way that keeps the true parts of yourself and releases those that are not resonating with you. But there's a way to do this, and I'm going to explain it, or there's like a premise with this that I'm going to explain later, which is also why the tapestry came through, which is really beautiful. Now, the subconscious card, I think it was, which one did we have? Was it Chiron that was talking about the subconscious as well? Oh, half man, half horse, right? That's what this was also talking about. So this is, I feel like, the Chiron energy as well that you're now you're integrating. Okay. So with this, you also had chaos theory. Okay. And chaos theory for me is about working with the energies of chaos, where, you magnetize to yourself, right? When you are in this energy that you are taking everything in, and this is what the great serpent, the Ouroboros, does as well, takes in everything without discrimination, takes it all in to be processed and to be formed into jewels. Okay. And the advice that you have is antimony. So wolves might also be significant here to you. I know for me, the wolf has been coming up a lot, okay? And antimony talks about your own primal energy and your own creative force and energy. Now, this can be a destructive force, or it can be a force that you use to channel into your creativity and into your new beginning, right? I want to get a card on this, Spirit. Please can you give me a card on antimony? What is it that they are being advised to do? Okay, so, oh, that's so beautiful. Okay, let me see what's under the deck. Yeah, exactly. So under the deck, you've got the Five of Wands. Oh, you've got the Five of Wands. And for your advice, you are being shown the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so this is also, the Queen of Pentacles manifests. She also teaches those that have how she does this. You're seeing this red pillar here behind her as well, and I'm looking at this orange pentacle that she's got. Makes me think of the sacral chakra. So this also could have something to do with family for some of you, possibly not, but it can also be something to do with childhood, past lives, that type of thing. And it's taking this energy that you've learned and you've manifested it and grounding it in and being able to lead by example. And this is also the healer, right? Oh, that's beautiful, guys. So I feel like a lot of you are healers, in whatever way that you are doing. And I feel that, this is necessary for you to move forward. I'm seeing this as well as this red thread now. I'm going to explain that to you in a moment. I'm seeing this as something that was necessary for you, so that you wouldn't carry that energy of the Queen of Wands with you. Now, normally the Queen of Wands, she's also charismatic and a leader, but there is a shadow side to each of the queens and each of the cards, actually, in each of our aspects, I feel, as well. So with that, you've got the Magician, you've got the Judgment card. And you've got the Six of Swords. So I feel like Spirit is also saying to you that for your advice, you have the opportunity and you've got all the tools that you need, right? That you take all of these tools that you've manifested, okay? And the Judgment card is also a card about answering the call. But it's also about what you judge, and others that judge you. And this card can also be an awakening. And I feel like this is what happened, or what this is coming out with the Fool card as well. Okay, so I feel like Spirit is saying to you that this is, what you're taking with into your new beginning, with the call that you're busy answering, maybe very possibly as a healer, and you're healing this Chiron wound of yours. And the Six of Swords is a place of more mental clarity and quiet. I'm looking at this red cloth that she's also got, and this pillow as well. So it's doing this in a grounded way. And I'm seeing that King Arthur's also got a red cloak on, with the golden ram here at his chest. Interestingly enough, when the current card came out, Mars was underneath it, which also talks about fire energy, and it talks about fighting without fighting and what you are fighting for and your will and your vigor. Okay, so we're going to go into the advice, the outcome, if you do apply this advice. But before I do, I feel like I want to explain to you first the way that Spirit showed this to me was, there was someone in my life who turned out to be a very big catalyst for me living my best life, or living my dream, right, is to be able to be myself with freedom and without, which is, for me, it's freedom, but without, just be authentic and without judgment or fear. Okay. And this person, initially I was misjudging, the Judgment card, interesting. I was misjudging how they were meant to show up in my life. Like, this was at a time when I still had expectations, or I wouldn't allow energies or people just to be who they were meant to be in my life. And there came a time when I felt I needed to do a cord cutting with this person, like a red karmic thread. And there was a struggle to this. There was a resistance, and it was really difficult. And I kept trying to cut this cord, but it was painful. It was very painful. And then I realized, and Spirit showed it to me in a meditation. Spirit showed me that this was a gold thread instead, okay, and what that gold thread weaves. And I realized that in the tapestry of our lives, there are some karmic threads that need to be cut, but there are some that are gold threads, right? And this gold thread, I'm going to get emotional. This gold thread is meant to be woven into your tapestry, but it cannot be cut off before it's time, because you do not receive the gold, which is the enlightenment, right? And the clarity in alchemical processes. And you cannot pull it beyond what it's meant to. You cannot try and stretch it and make it be in your life longer than what it's meant to either, because it'll also mess up the tapestry. So it's working with that energy and knowing when, you receive the energy from it, you receive the lesson, you receive the understanding, and that always helps you heal, and it helps that person heal too. That's just how beautiful the universe works, right? And then you leave it gracefully. You leave it to gracefully and end, and you move forward into your new beginning, right? Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional because it's so beautiful. It really is. But anyway, so that's what the reason why I'm saying this to you is because for your outcome, you got the glass card. Okay, so you see there's that gold as well with memory. And gold thread was under the deck. Now, gold thread was also under the deck for the Queen of Wands energy. So this is also why I'm telling you this story. Now, I feel that this as the outcome shows me you've got this ring, and this ring is silver. Okay, so silver is also below gold in terms of alchemy. Silver needs a lot of polishing, it needs a lot of refinement still. And I feel like you've used this sword, or you use this sword, and you cut away the riddle of what doesn't belong, and then you receive this clear, once you've cut all of this through, you have this clear vision, okay? And I also got 2 cards as well from the Enchanted Earth deck. So this one talks about indulgence, fertility, and abundance. And enough, which is appreciated, patient, and self-love. I actually feel like, Spirit, am I reading both of them? I feel like I want to read you the enough card. But for the glass, right, this is also clarity. This is cutting away anything that's being able to focus and see very clearly. Now, I want to pull, before I do anything else, I want to pull some cards just to clarify. Can you clarify the outcome, please, Spirit? With memory and gold thread. What memory are you busy weaving? Oh, the Ace of Wands, guys, under the deck. So this is that new passionate beginning that you're having. A creative, passionate beginning. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay. I will say for some of you, this is definitely about a person. Okay. So for your outcome, you've got the Knight of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, the Four of Wands, and the Three of Wands. So there again is this karmic turning, right? There's the threads. This is fate or destiny. This has been part of your destiny, whatever this is, whoever this guide is, they've been part of your destiny. And the Knight of Wands is telling me that you're going to move forward towards this adventure. Because under the deck here is also adventure, right? So you're going to be moving forward to whatever this adventure is with your fire energy. And it's this fire energy that is in union, right? Now, the Four of Wands is a card of coming home. And the Three of Wands, for me, specifically this one, is also about freedom. And it's moving towards your freedom. And I feel like this is very much your self-expression. It could also be that leaving this behind leads you to a destined union, right? Take that how it resonates with you. And if you feel that to be the truth of it. But sometimes as well, if we can't leave those threads behind, whether they are karmic or golden, whether they're red or golden threads, it stops us from manifesting and bringing forth this energy, right? So now I want to read to you. I'm actually going to read both cards to you. But if you find the glass card boring, please wait till I read the enough card, because that is really, really, really on point, and it's something you need to hear. But I also feel you need to hear the glass card. So let me just give you both. I I enjoy reading the cards to the collective because I feel like there's, even for myself, there's certain wording or things in there that resonate for them. So I like to give them that information. Okay, so transparency, focus, and seeing. Glass transmits a sacred exchange between the alchemist and their work. Through the glass vessel, the alchemist sees their work and the work sees the alchemist. What was once clouded in confusion becomes focused. What was once veiled becomes obvious. How are you currently seeing the world? Oh, that's also the world card that came out with the Three of Swords, right? What is your perspective? The glass card can be thought of as the gift of true perception. With it, you naturally focus on what is most central in your life. All else falls into the periphery. The next action becomes clear. Glass is fragile by nature and requires regular cleaning. So find daily practices that align your vision to what is true. It's easy to slip into an old mode of seeing, particularly someone else's. So hold steady to your new alchemical lenses. Their power is mighty. And to ponder the sand becoming glass. Some speak of rose-colored glasses that shift our perspective. Take inventory of what lens you are looking through. Is the glass muddy, colored, cracked, or crystal clear? Glass is a separator. It puts a clear barrier between the observer and the observed. Ponder on this distance making and whether it is serving or hindering. Now, you must use your discernment with that. I feel like that was for somebody and you're going to know what that's about. But what I wanted to say was this person, because I'm saying this because the short that came out just recently after this one, and also because it speaks about how the old mode of seeing particularly someone else's. This could be someone with fiery energy that is also affecting how you are moving forward. Oh, there goes my throat chakra out. Someone that's affecting your truth, right? Because I'll tell you, as much as this person has helped me in this regard, the only reason it helped me was because they not forced me to define my truth, but I had to be very clear and find myself being very clear on who I am, what I want, and what it is that will make me happy. You know, if you don't create your life, someone's going to create it for you. So that was what that was about. Sorry. Okay, so number 32. This is just so beautiful. Okay, sorry, I don't know, my throat chakra is going as well. Wow. Sorry, guys. Okay, so enough. My love is precious. This is why this card is so pertinent. I feel like it's so good. Okay. So, my love is precious. I reserve it for those who appreciate and reciprocate. You're reminded to honor the value of your love and affections and to be discerning about where you invest your time and energy. Not everyone deserves your love and not everyone will appreciate it. I feel like you're going to be moving into a very abundant time right now, but you're going to need to be discerning, but also I don't feel like you can get there without doing this, and you can't take this wound with you, this Chiron wound, all right, or this person's Chiron wound. Okay. This card has appeared to remind you that you are a whole person on your own and your love is a precious gift worthy of being cherished. When you lower your standards for the type of love you allow in your life, you don't allow space for the love you deserve. The healthy and fulfilling love to find you. So this is also the 4 of Wands, right? I do feel like this opens up energy for a person to come through to you, if that is what you're seeking. You're being encouraged to prioritize self-love and self-respect, to understand that being alone and loving yourself is far greater than settling for less than you deserve in a partnership where you don't feel appreciated or prioritized. Recognizing when someone does not deserve your love is a radical act of self-love in itself. Empower yourself to cultivate deeper and more meaningful relationships with people who will match your energy and enrich your life. All right, so I'm going to leave it there, collective. I hope this helped you. And yeah, good luck with this. And you can drop in the comments if you feel like it, if you have any insights you want to share with the rest of the collective or any advice of your own. Interesting. Someone's definitely, I feel, wants to say something there. But yeah, and good luck with this. And I'll see you guys next time. I'm sending you so much love, so much strength. And yeah, good luck with this healing.